Welcome to another edition of Lone Star Brahmas Inside the Bullpen. Brought to you by Acme Bread. If you don't see the Acme name, you're not getting Acme quality. And now, here are your hosts, Nick Merritt and Chad Seaward.
Inside the Bullpen Playoff Edition, we are back here at NITEX getting ready for the Brahmas and Wichita Falls Wildcats first round matchup in the Robertson Cup. It's the quest for the Robbie. It begins this Friday night and goes to Game 2 as well on Saturday. It's definitely going to be a great series. Fans, we hope you can make it out. Tickets are now officially on sale for both those games and also Game 5, if necessary, the following Monday. That's Monday the 24th of April. But some big news going on for the fans to keep an eye on in general, as obviously playoffs are here. But on Saturday, that's Game 2, there's a post-game skate for the fans and then a party to kind of honor the Brahmas playoff runs next Monday. That's Monday the 17th at Abuelos.
That's correct, Nick. You are correct. The skate, back by popular demand.
Yes.
Fans love that. The boys love that. So we're bringing that back Saturday. That'll be a good time. And then Monday, the aforementioned playoff party. It's kind of a send-off to the first road series or road games in Wichita Falls. That'll be at Abuelos Mexican Food Embassy in Hearst from 6 to 7-ish. The entire team will be there along with coaches, and it'll be a good chance to kind of chat with them in an environment where they probably smell less than they do in their hockey gear after a game.
Very valid.
And,
how do they get involved?
Who get involved?
The fans.
Fans show up at Abuelos.
Perfect.
That's it.
There you go.
It's if you want to eat dinner, what better night to eat dinner than Monday night? You've been through the weekend. You don't want to cook on Monday.
No, you have a case of the Mondays.
Who wants to cook on Monday? This guy doesn't. So Abuelos is the place to be. Quite delicious Mexican seafood options, I might add.
Really?
Bacon-wrapped shrimp with a little cheese in it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
got your name
All
all
right.
over it. But
I've had Abuelos before, but I've never had.
yeah, you should try that. You should look into that.
I think their soups are good.
Soups are good?
I like their soups there, yeah.
I-
There's one in College Station.
I actually was there for lunch today, and I had a soup.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Had
nice.
The tortilla.
Nice. I'm such a sucker for enchiladas and burritos there.
Well, it's hard not to be basic.
I'm basic.
Yeah, I went light with the tortilla soup because I'm watching my figure. The 5 baskets of chips. I'm going to pretend it didn't happen.
That's my problem. Whenever I go to a Mexican restaurant, and they're like, hey, can I have a salad? I ate 4 baskets of chips.
Yeah.
Because you're just chatting and eating.
And a bowl of queso. But hey, while we're talking about parties, we've been getting a lot of chatter on the or in the social media worlds about watching parties. Are we going to have watching parties in Zuroma? And the answer is absolutely hell yes, we're going to have watching parties in Zuroma. Better than ever. So the hockey TV feed of the past that would freeze or buffer every few minutes, maybe you get a pop-up on the screen because we're running it off a laptop in the restaurant. That's dead. We're investing some money in proper equipment. We're going to have all the Brahmas road games this playoff run
Yes.
are played in Zuroma. We'll have multiple TVs set up. We're getting new sound for it, and it should be a good experience. No details yet on if we're going to have any kind of food specials, but there's always going to be something.
Right. There's something brewing at zoos.
Always
There's always something brewing at zoos.
So your first, I guess, opportunity for that would be what, the 21st?
Yes,
22nd?
21st, 22nd. And hopefully not even the 22nd. Hope the Brahmas win first 3.
So if you can't make it that long road trip to Wichita Falls, if you can't schlep it up an hour and a half up the freeway.
More likely work probably gets them.
This
I
is
guess.
true.
If you're
Please.
working late.
Join us in Zuroma.
Yes.
See my new ringtone?
Oh,
You
that's
recognize
nice.
that? It's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Is it really? I was about to say it sounds like the
Oh.
old Nintendo 64
That's
Fight Night game.
Exactly right.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. So,
I liked that.
yeah, there's that. And hey, we've got more news. Do you want more news?
Let's hear more news.
Or do we need content?
News first.
News first. Okay, so Chuck-a-Puck has gotten a little makeover. And actually, shout out, if you were here for the regular season finale, you saw something special. All year you've seen people chunking those little purple pucks at that miniature golf bag at center ice.
I have number 619 ready to go for this weekend.
You got it ready to go?
I got ready. It's literally sitting at my desk, already purchased.
Well, 619 could win something amazing, and we'll get to that in a second. But
Megan wants 340 to win.
April 2nd, we had the first fan of the year dunk one in the bucket, and they won 700 simoleons.
Woo!
That's
Congratulations
$700.
to Brian and Carly.
I know,
Yes.
it's awesome. It was their, I want to say their first hockey game or first Brahmas game. They had won
No
tickets.
way.
Yeah, they'd even won tickets through Fusion Whole Body, sponsor of the Lone Star Brahmas, longtime sponsor.
I did hear that from you, but I'm shocked it's a first-time fan because I know all the season ticket holders who really gun at the,
Isn't it crazy?
the money pail, the cash pail.
Yeah.
They tried to master the technique. They were just a one-time shot.
Steve
Right
Bradley,
in it.
Steve and Glenda Bradley have won Chug a Puck probably they average about 15 times a season. And so that happened. But in addition to that, we have a late-breaking entry to the podcast. Frank Trezera, say hello.
Guys, how are you? We're all on the show.
Well, Frank, it's good to be back on the show. Good to have you on the show.
Back on the show. I haven't been on the show in a long time. I bring numbers today. That's what I bring. Incredible numbers. And the biggest number, we did some math yesterday, and we determined, Megan was with me,
That's true.
that we are searching for 643. That's the number.
What's that number?
There. To understand what that number would represent.
That's the number of hole-in-ones that I will have before I die.
643 would be 9 more wins added on to the 634 wins that have occurred in Brahmas hockey history.
There we go.
Okay.
That's what's going to take to win the Robbie.
So that's what's going to take to get to number. We're looking for number 643 in franchise history dating back to 1997.
That's crazy.
Okay, so the team has played somewhere around 13 to 1,400 games. You can do the math. The all-time record, 634 wins, 550 losses, and 126 overtime losses or ties. Now, to break the numbers down a little deeper, because I know you're a numbers guy, Nick.
Big-time numbers guy.
Right.
Megan's actually more of a numbers girl than
Well, we'll break this down, see if you can track me on this, and I can write it down for you later if you need it. From 97 to 2006, the Brahmas franchise was 227, 367. That's 227 wins, 300 losses, and 67 overtime losses or ties. Now, in 2006-07, the team did not play. Team folded, went away, no more Brahmas. And then in 2007, something special happened. Chad, what happened?
The Brahmas were resurrected and brought back to life here at the NYTEX Sports Center in North Richland Hills.
Born in 2007 would be what would become the home of the Brahmas. Since 2007, the team, Megan, you're going to have to add for me here.
Okay.
They had 253 wins in the Central Hockey League
Okay.
and 154 wins in the North American Hockey League. So in 10 years, what do we got?
407.
7 wins. Can you confirm that?
It is 407.
407 wins in 10 years. That's an average of 40 a year, regular season and playoffs. Of course, that'll go up because we need more wins, starting with 1 on Friday night. And I certainly want to get that up. We got to start with 1 on Friday night. So 253, 173, and 36 in the Central Hockey League. 154, 77, and 23 in the North American League. And all those have been led by Dan Lobong, who's done an unbelievable job. You know, sort of quietly surpassed 400 wins this year, which is an incredible feat. So there's a lot of numbers for anybody listening at home. You can add those up, break them down, send in what you come, your final diagnostic into Megan. She'll verify all those numbers for you. So there you go. Well, what we're looking for now, fellas, ladies, is one.
Yeah.
One win on Friday night. That's where it all starts.
Yeah. And then to
Guys,
break things down even further, you want to win 9
You want to win 9.
to get that.
And there'll be 9 of the toughest
6-14.
wins that'll ever come by because you're talking about 16 of the best teams in the nation right now competing for the playoffs. And, honestly, I don't know that there's a team in the playoffs that can win the whole thing right now. That's how tight the league is. So I want to wish well to everybody. You guys especially have done a great job all year. Take it home all the way. I'm leaving you with those numbers. Good luck with the rest of your podcast here, and hello to everybody at home in Brahmaland. There you go.
Well, that was a pleasant surprise.
Special
for
guest to the show.
Podcast. We love it.
Special guest to the show.
Great to be here on the show.
Yeah, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for dropping by.
Shout out,
See,
Frank. Thank you.
never know who will stop by Studio 65 here, and we need to come up with a number for the studio.
Apparently, it's going to be 642. Could be.
That's a big number for a studio.
643.
Oh, 43. Sorry.
Studio
You're right, you're right.
643 here.
That would be a loss.
So we're at,
Five
he said we're
mil.
at, that's right. He said we're at 3, or we're at 635. 4?
We're at
5.
634.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So I heard it down. That's why I did
That's a lot of winning.
That
sorry,
is a lot
Charlie
of
Sheen would be proud. That's a lot of
we
winning.
have 598 regular season wins. So.
That's unbelievable. But hey, back to Chuck-a-Puck. So, Chuck-a-Puck, congrats on the $700. I hope it was well spent. Now we have a new sponsor of Chuck-a-Puck for the playoffs, and that is the Atrolla Music Fest, which is ATROLLA Fest.com. May 6th at Union Tower. You and your friends can relive all the hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s by the artists who made them big. You'll hear Casey and the Sunshine Band. You'll hear Dionne Warwick without her Psychic Friends Network. You'll hear Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. You'll hear, who else you can hear? Peter Cetera, the frontman for Chicago back in the day. You'll hear Grand Funk Railroad and many, many, many more. And if you go to atrollafest.com and use promo code Lone Star, here's a number, $20 off your tickets. But if you land your puck, your Chuck-a-Puck, number 340 or 619, I believe that was the numbers you threw out. If you land one of those closest to center dot at either game this weekend, you and 3 of your friends are going to the Atrolla Fest. So shout out to them for picking up the torch and sponsoring. That's
super cool.
That's a pretty big value. You're also going to get a gift certificate to Abuelo's Mexican Food Embassy, which we've already sung the praises of. But I guess that's a lot of the trash out of the front of the podcast, and now it's getting to the meat and potatoes here. The regular season's over. Give me. We'll start with Megan. Megan, give me one positive thing to take out of the regular season.
I thought that the team did a good job overall, like maintaining momentum and like regaining it as we went, because we had that 14-game winning streak kind of through the middle of the winter. And we dropped off a little bit, and I think that's partly due to fatigue and injuries. And as we like moved into the back end of the season, we really picked it up, and I thought they did a good job with that.
Nick.
One word, health.
Yeah.
That's it. All I need to say.
That's a good one.
Knock on wood, too. Sorry.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
knock on
I
wood
found
here.
one.
I've been knocking on wood all podcasts. Like every time you guys have said anything about like winning, I've been like, so if you guys hear that, that's what that
Well,
is.
one thing positive for me to take from the regular season is we spent all that time, remember at the beginning of the year, designing these banners that we hung up. Now we've got to add one more, which is the
True.
South regular season champion. Which is,
But we'll save it so we get a discount in case we have to add 2 or 3 more.
No,
you
it's
know?
it's
There you
definitely
go.
going to be a
Knock in,
package
Megan.
deal. There's no question about it. We're going to have some sort of package deal. But that's what I would take from it. And secondary, yes, they've finished strong, Megan, and yes, we're at 100% health, which is which is pretty unheard of heading into the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, we know it's going to change. It's the playoffs. Everybody goes 150% if you're going 100%. It's that much more elevated. Cool part, I thought, was getting the 43 wins. I know Frank just dropped the numbers on us a minute ago, but the 43 wins in one NAHL regular season for the Brahmas is the new high. And it set the NAHL and CHL and oh gosh, where were they before CHL?
WPHL.
Yes, Western Professional Hockey League. Sorry, the WPHL. All 3 of those leagues, 43 is the max.
And you know what's funny is our good friend Colin down in Corpus Christi, he was posting about Corpus Christi reaching their franchise record for wins, which was like 33.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of thinking, I'm like, wow, we kind of like kicked their butt.
Big time. Wait, 44 is the final number, though, right?
44.
44.
Sorry, I keep
44.
saying 43. 43 said it. We have 44 after 60 games.
It's just unreal.
That's
I
crazy.
mean, that is crazy unreal. So next season when we do predictions at the beginning of the year, I'm going to have to set the bar at 50.
I wanna break 100 points. We broke 90 this year, and that was good.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
That was nice. We
Yeah.
got our 90th point in our final win.
Catch
of
the
regular
Janesville
season.
Jets from a few years ago when they did that.
So it's great, but it's all over, and we start fresh.
Yes.
We're turning the page. We've got a new page in front of us here. And Nick, what's the landscape look like for the Robertson Cup playoffs here in 2017?
Whoa. We'll save everybody going through their names. They can see it on the NHL.com. 4 in the East, 4 in the Central, 4 in the Midwest, 4 in the South. Your Sweet 16 of NHL Robertson Cup bracket goes down to the divisional finals after the first round, and then you get to your Final Four, which the fans are well know of. Whether you love it, you hate it. It's in Duluth, Minnesota. Not even going to shy away from it. I already booked my ticket, so
I also did that.
we're right there. We got our plane tickets. We got our hotels. We're ready. So
That's way to be prepared.
we are very well
We
prepared.
believe in that.
That's great. You
this-
believe in that.
We
I dig
we
it.
do believe.
We do. Hey, one team, one dream, right? By the way, that's the new slogan.
Yep.
In case you missed on that for the fan side.
I like it. I like that slogan a lot.
The secondary one was "Bring the Juice."
Bring the juice.
Little backstory on that from Megan.
Oh, I don't know if there's a backstory really. I think it's something that the boys really bought into with Dan. It's basically you're bringing the energy, but they decided that Bring the Energy just didn't have the same ring.
No, it really
so
doesn't.
they went with Bring the Juice. So we'll have that secondary. But
That's
as for
good.
hashtagging for social media, for you guys, like definitely use One Team, One Dream. We'll see it. We'll definitely throw retweets out as we go.
Yes, hashtag one team, one dream. Spell out the ones better that way because numbers and hashtags don't work for the Twitter fans or non-Twitter fans. Juice was because obviously this year was Kanunin.
Yep.
And that's where the juice came from too. Just to add on to that. But you're right. They
That's
didn't
great.
like energy, but then they're like, oh, Justin Kanunin, this is a big year for them. The team's really rallied behind that, which I think is very cool. Of a big Brahma name, a big Brahma teammate. They know has been one of the best Brahmas in terms of not only on the ice but off the ice, and they're really paying a nice homage to him, not only on their sweaters but now with their playoff slogan, trying to do it for him.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome. Well, that's a really cool way to kind of eulogize a Brahma legend. And,
Yes.
and I like the One Team, One Dream. There's got a lot of good implications there.
Ooh,
So
also a sneak peek.
yes.
Team trading cards, well run.
Oh,
Kanunin.
nice.
Those are expected to be in for the first game of playoffs on Friday, so you can get those early. Also, while you're shopping for playoff trading cards,
in the store.
yes, in the NITEX Sports Shop, you could purchase those, and you could purchase the playoff T-shirts on sale for $15. Literally every single size, from quadruple extra small to 6X.
Hey, I did
shirts.
see they had some 3 and 4X playoff shirts in there when I was there.
Yes.
this weekend.
And children's sizes.
Yes.
Get them for your kids. They're super soft. We can all attest to that. They're really nice shirts.
But it's only while supplies last, sadly. I think there will be a new batch, but don't quote us on it. Just go get your playoff shirts, because obviously we've been knocking on wood, but heaven forbid the Brahmas have a little trouble in the first round. There will be maybe no need for that. But we'll get that bad omens out of here. Hey, you got to say it. Sometimes you say it to break the jinx.
No, for sure.
But, Chad, you said in terms of playoff picture, we'll get to that. Maybe our little group will do a little breakdown of our predictions of the bracket that we're kind of going to be filling out for it. But we'll focus on the South. I guess I'll start us off to give you time to recollect your thoughts on this.
That's the
little
sound of
primer
my
music.
that's the sound of my mind blowing with all these deals and this information. That's a
Goodness.
lot of good stuff.
There's a lot of information.
Worked way too hard for that.
But, man, I hope the fans could fill out like a mini bracket. I know there's really not one online. Maybe we'll post one for the fans to fill out as well, just to enjoy that. South Division, no doubt Brahmas win it. Honestly, I'm saying 3 games. I think it's going to be 11 straight wins against the Wildcats going into the next round. And I'm going with Corpus in the other matchup against the Shreveport Mudbugs.
Interesting.
I want the Mudbugs, just from the standpoint of what we've been saying all year with the fan bases. It's a shorter drive for both teams in terms of player personnel and fan standpoint. And obviously it's really cool to have that Brahmas-Mudbugs rivalry. Plus, the Brahmas have never lost to the Mudbugs in playoffs. So that's very helpful. And there you go, knock again. Hey, we got to keep throwing all these out. That's what I want. I think it's going to be Brahmas Corpus next round. Brahmas win that series in 5 games.
Wow, 5 games. Well, that would probably take it. What do you think, Megan? What do you got?
I say Brahmas in 4 in the first round. We've done pretty well against the Wildcats this year. Obviously, I think you have to factor in one game where you're kind of getting your feet wet and getting started. I don't think it'd be a surprise if the Wildcats took one. I think that as far as Corpus and Shreveport goes, I think a lot's going to depend on Vamachka. Shreveport has some super great offensive players, so that'll be really interesting. Corpus actually has had really great success against Shreveport this year. I think their season series, they've gone 9-2, 0-1 or something like that against them. So I'll still go Shreveport. I'm a big Shreveport fan, actually, as far as their playing style, and I think it's great that an expansion team has done so well, so I'll call Brahmas, Shreveport, Brahmas in 5.
What do you think for Shreveport, Corpus? Think that goes the distance? Think it goes 5 games? It's going to be a physical one for sure.
I think it'll be a longer one. Yeah. For sure.
I never said. I guess I'll say 4. I think it'll be Corpus in 4.
I'm gonna say Brahmas in 4. I agree with you, Megan. I think you're gonna drop one somewhere along the way. I think 4. Brahmas in 4, and then I think Shreveport is gonna edge out Corpus. I say that one goes 4 games. I know Corpus has the season edge over Shreveport, but like we said, it doesn't matter now. It's all a new ball game.
Right.
And hey, how about this? The North American Hockey League has got to love that series because that's the number 1 and 2 in attendance in the entire league. Am I wrong?
So true.
Yeah, and those fans, Shreveport fans have not seen playoff hockey. Well, they haven't seen hockey at all since 2011, but playoff hockey. Fun fact, the last year they played in the Central Hockey League, they won the championship.
Rob Fong was there, right?
No, that was 2011 or 2010.
Well, they won more recently.
One of those.
Okay.
No, yeah, that was their last. That was the last year of Mudbugs hockey. Was them winning the cup, and we actually had the player that they retired the jersey of, Kenny Carroll, was actually our backup goalie at the time, emergency backup, and we played them in the regular season. Or no, we did not play them in the regular season because they did not have a team the next year. But we invited their fans out to have a moment with the cup on the ice. So that's the kind of people we are, you know. They didn't have an organization. We brought them out here. So we know that their fans travel. I'm with you. I want to see the Brahmas and Mudbugs. There's good hockey fans in Shreveport, not that there's not in Corpus. And I think Shreveport's coaching and conditioning is just going to lead to the win in that series. And then Brahmas and Mudbugs, yeah, that'll be 4 tough games, 3 of them the Brahmas winning, and there you go. That's what I think.
All right.
So who do you got coming out of the other divisions?
The Brahmas coming out of the South.
Yeah. Fill out your Final 4. What do you got?
All right. Final 4, Midwest, which right now features Janesville, Cooley, Minnesota Magicians, and the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. We've been talking about them. I honestly think I cannot see Janesville and Ice Dogs not making it to the next round. I'm sorry. I think 1 and 2 will advance.
Sure.
Man, we are riding the Ice Dogs train so
Let's go,
hard.
Gordo!
But Eric Gordon's been phenomenal there. The organization's made some huge moves before the deadline to bring in better players for the future, and they've meshed well. They've done well. They're winning. Megan and I were talking about it. When they made the Eric Gordon trade, the Ice Dogs were in 5th place in that division, which was not even in a playoff spot. Now they're 2nd behind Janesville. They are hot.
A good goalie is like a good ace pitcher.
If you want the numbers, Eric Gordon has gone 13-1, posting a .944 save percentage and a 1.56 goals allowed average along the way. So he's definitely carried that team, definitely helped them up to that
I think
second place position.
Is it a unanimous decision that Fairbanks comes out of the Midwest? I'm going to say they're coming out.
Janesville is pretty good.
She's going against us, Nick.
You going Janesville?
No, I'm not.
Oh, she's going Fairbanks.
Yeah, I'm just saying Janesville is good.
Okay.
I would agree. Obviously, I think that might be one of the best matchups.
I think that'll be a great matchup.
If that comes to the next round and it's 1-2 in the Midwest compared to all the other number 1-2s in the respective divisions, even over the Brahmas and Mudbugs, I have to say I think Janesville and Ice Dogs would be the best series to watch if it was 1-2s.
Even that 2 and 3, the Magicians and Ice Dogs will be a really cool goalie matchup.
True.
So now we move to the Central Division. Nick.
Central has the Minot Minotauros against the Aberdeen Wings and the Brookings Blizzard playing the Minnesota Wilderness, and fans are probably thinking, who the heck are some of these teams for the Brahma fans? Because there's no Austin Bruins and there's no Bismarck Bobcats, who have been to the Robertson Cup playoffs for years.
Right.
And they're the two teams in the Central that didn't make it this year. So they both have a little bit of rebuilding years. On this one's more up for grabs. If you want to take a wild card one, you totally could, just from what we've seen throughout the division. Because Megan pulled the stat. I think you said, 1 through 6 in the division was separated by 23 points.
Yeah, so there was the most parity in that division. They were separated only by a 23-point spread, which is definitely the smallest in the NAL. So there's a lot of competition there. It should be some pretty good matchups.
We've seen Minot play at the showcase, and man, were they a great defensive team against us. They obviously beat us in overtime. Yeah, they had a different goalie who's now in the USHL, but their goaltending tandem was still very good. I don't see the Minot Minotauros getting eliminated from my bracket, so I think the 1 seed goes on there.
Megan, who you got coming out of Central?
I'd also throw in my hat with Minot. I think all around they're just the best team, so won't bet against them.
All right, well, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Wilderness because they have the coolest logo. Moving on to the Eastern.
That's completely true.
Moving on to the East, we got, what do we got? The New
Aston Rebels against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights, and then New Jersey Titans against the Johnstown Tomahawks. This one's interesting because all those teams played the worst team in the NAHL in the expansion generals this year. Shout out to them.
God bless them.
But sorry, no, we can't give them much love when we have an expansion team in Shreveport who's second best in the South. Mm-hmm. They'll have to figure it out quick.
On the bright side, they did break double digits in points. They reached 4 wins on the season.
Kenai loves them now.
Picked up 3 loser points, so finished with 11, which was I think higher than my original guess, which was 9. So.
Well, yeah, they started off 29 game losing streak.
29. Yeah,
it was pretty
29
rough. Game losing streak.
It was pretty rough.
But anyways, I'll go back to it. Aston's obviously the number 1 team in the NAHL right now, but with that in mind, they're playing in the East. Those teams played against each other quite a bit. They don't match up great against Johnstown. I think the Tomahawks are going to move on out of the East. That's a 2 seed.
What do you got, Megan?
I'm not betting against Merrick's Mitons. He's been very good. I know he's playing behind a great team, but he's posted terrific individual numbers. I do think Johnstown is going to give them a pretty good run for their money, but I think I'll run with Aston in 5 if you go with a good goalie.
Well, I look at this as these are teams I know absolutely jack squat about. I think Johnstown, that's the home of the Chiefs. Am I wrong? Slapshot? Or is that Janesville? No, that's Johnstown. That's Johnstown. Okay.
Right. They won Hockeyville first year.
Yeah, well, that points
we
against them.
Again.
But I think it'll be Johnstown versus Wilkes-Barre Scranton because Wilkes-Barre Scranton was the home of the Office.
Oh, true.
The Great American TV show, and I think Michael Scott, if he were a real person, would be rooting for them, very much so. But give me the Tomahawks because that just looks like a mean logo, and I think they're gonna chop up the what is Wilkes-Barre Scranton?
They're Knights, so they have a sword. They could probably.
Knights. That's dumb. Move on.
Wow.
We like arrows apparently better here.
I think the Indians would beat the Knights because they're just a little bit more, battle proven.
Okay.
We'll take that logic.
Because they're a little older.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're a little. I don't know.
The Knights.
They've been around longer.
Yeah, I guess. I mean.
Well, true. Actually, in the NAHL standpoint, they have been too.
And if you look at the Knights, a full third of their wins have come against the aforementioned Northeast Generals. Yeah. They won 30. 10 of them were against the Gens.
That's tough.
I mean, their logo's dumb. All they've got going for them is that they're from Wilkes-Barre Scranton. I do have a Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins T-shirt.
I know. When you were saying that, I'm about to say, I don't know how many fans are going to be tuning into that one when they have to worry about the Penguins.
We had a former Brahma
second best
intern
team in the AHL right now.
She went off to work for the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins and sent back a shirt. So
that's awesome.
So I gotta pull for them, but the Tomahawks do it in the end. So that's our final 4 predictions. Who you got in the finals? And dare you make an actual prediction, Nick? Since we've come this far.
No, we're this far. We're going. Honestly, wow. I had to look at the reseeding here. I believe it would be Brahmas against the Ice Dogs based on my bracket because it reseeds, so it's not as easy as it looks. I think it'd be Brahmas, Ice Dogs, and then Minotauros against the Tomahawks. I can't quote myself on that. Shoot, I should have came prepared with this. But Brahmas beat the Ice Dogs. Sorry, Eric Gordon.
It would be Brahmas, Minotauros, and then last the Ice Dogs. Or Johnstown, the Ice Dogs, I think. Because they reseed, right?
Johnstown has a better record than Minot as the 2 seed in the East.
Yeah, I think so. Hang on, let me double check.
So now we got to look.
Well, you got the Brahmas winning the whole
We should
thing
just
anyway.
pick our championship.
Yeah,
it's
who's your
the
champion?
Brahmas winning
Okay,
the championship.
There you go.
I don't think there's going to be
We don't
any-
want to waste time researching stats
I
on
know.
Minot. What the hell? So,
And the wheels on the bus go off.
We were doing so good for a little bit there.
so we feel pretty good now. Another thing that I know that you guys get people asking you about, and I do as well, is we've had kind of a lull in D1 commitments. What's up there? I think you still have some coming. I think there's definitely a few coming, and then at the end of the season, we always have a couple stragglers. I think there's a couple guys who are mulling multiple offers right now, and it's just
Sure.
a matter of what suits them best. But yeah, definitely expect more commitments in the coming weeks.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is I highly doubt we'll see any college commitments from now until the Brahmas season officially comes to an end. Just because, obviously, universities and colleges respect that. They're in playoff times, and they'll talk to them still, but
Yeah.
they kind of keep things like, don't worry about it. I know you're in playoff mode. Unless a team's like, I need an answer right now because 3 players turned pro on me,
Well,
which happens.
guys will make decisions, but they're not going to make it public. I mean, they'll just
Right.
keep it close to their chest until
Right.
the time's right.
Exactly. And usually the college and university will respect that too. But no, I think you're right. I mean, this is going to be a fun playoff time. Let's see. Off the cuff to close it, one thing you're looking forward to here in April while some teams are already done, Brahmas in the playoffs. What you got? One thing you're looking forward to coming up.
One thing I'm looking forward to coming up, I guess just getting to that South Finals. I hate to put the cart before the horse, but it's kind of what we're looking forward
That's
to.
where the
is
horse
the-
goes.
Yeah,
Before the cart.
the opportunity to play for another banner and to add into that package deal with your South regular season champs. You want to be playoff champs too. Otherwise, it's all for nothing. So,
I like that.
what about Megan?
Megan?
I think playoffs, especially in hockey, it's always like a roller coaster of emotion. So I'll be over here suffering, but also having fun. I'm excited to see the guys in the playoffs. I think they'll ramp it up to the next level, and they've already played very well this season. So I'm excited to see what they can bring.
Yeah, they're catching a groove. Thing I'm most excited for, besides just the games, I'm really thrilled for the trading cards. I'm really thrilled
True.
for. They took a while for us to make.
Yeah.
So we got to look forward to those things.
You should be proud of that.
Buy them. We
Very
worked hard.
very excited for the new Atrola sponsorship.
Yeah.
As silly as that sounds.
No, it's great.
I think it's really cool that fans will get something a little different because I think some of the feedback's always been like, hey, you guys are going to change this, you're going to change that.
Yeah.
We listen. We just can't always do it at the times you'd like. But
Well, it's not as easy to just bring a new sponsor on
Exactly.
mid-season.
Exactly. Or if you have deals with other sponsors that you
Sure.
can't really break those. And yeah, of course, I'm very excited to get back on the broadcast too on Friday night with good old Alex Von Coitel. Good news,
ABK.
Hockey TV. They've been situated. We should be good home and away stream. I know fans kind of, I guess most of them liked it, but a few, knock on wood for that too. A few people maybe didn't like it because they just wanted to hear the Brahmas call, and the Wildcat fans wanted to hear just the Wildcat call. I get it.
No, yeah, we should address that. That was clever thinking so that fans could have a little bit of both. And I thought it was great. I thought you guys were
The
very
majority, I would say 80% of people that reached out positive or negativity it was positive. They liked it.
Yeah, and I mean it's cool to have two guys on the calls. Like throwback to
Right.
you and Walt or
Right.
or the great work that you and I did on the North American 3
Yes.
playoffs, the best broadcast duo ever.
And here's breaking news too from that. We actually are going to bring a 2-man booth back this weekend,
Oh, nice.
and we are bringing a 2-man booth back in April. Again, knock on wood. Walt Ruff gonna make his return.
Walty!
2-minute roughing. I dig it. Actually, it'd be 60-minute roughing.
It'd be 120-minute roughing.
That is outstanding.
That
Well,
is a lot of roughing
and we don't even know if we're
happening.
going to overtime. So
yeah, it could
Oh.
be. It could be a lot.
I don't know if I knock on wood or not.
I don't know. Yeah,
No.
we don't want those long.
Yeah, not in the
We want to
playoffs.
finish it in regulation. But that's great. It's awesome to have Walt coming back to the fold. Fans loved him. He thought you guys really, from a broadcast standpoint, head and shoulders above anything else, and not just the NAL, but probably all of junior hockey, I would say.
It was fun.
You
It
had
was
Walt
fun.
doing interviews
It was
between
crazy.
periods.
Yeah, true.
You had Don Cherry Jr. with some of these suits that he had on.
No, he's the first Walt Ruff.
The first Walt Ruff. I like that
That's
a
what he
lot.
wants to be called.
So that's
He
great.
said, I ain't no Don Cherry. I'm the first Walt Ruff.
That's awesome. That's a way
In
to
different
own
words,
it.
but basically
No. I hope to see DJ Dollar Bills here soon.
Hip Hop Friday could
Hip
officially
Hop
be put
Friday.
together again.
Absolutely. So it's a lot to look forward to. Hey, I'm also looking forward to Ottawa beating Boston in 6 games. That's a
in 6
unsolicited,
games.
In
There you go.
6, is that your?
unsolicited prediction, but yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
I'll
better
take
get
it.
our we
Is
gotta get our
Carlson
brackets in by
healthy?
the dead time too.
He's healthy.
Okay.
He's healthy.
The Bruins defense is not healthy. They just signed Charlie McAvoy to play with Zdeno Chara for the first few games.
Oh boy. Well,
Rough them up.
go Sens go on that one. But
Shout
yeah.
out Sens call ups.
Shout out to Sens Cobbs, Canuck, Cardinal, and Pan. I hope you're listening, and I will be calling in soon. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, it's good stuff. And a lot of stuff for the fans to digest here from this podcast.
Yes.
I mean, we got new Chuck-a-Puck information. We got playoff watching parties. We've got a playoff send-off party. We've got trading cards. We've got mind-blowing
T-shirts.
stats from Frank Trezera. We've got T-shirts. We've got
We also have a new playoff program in the works.
late-breaking
true.
news.
Yeah,
playoff
late-breaking
program in
news.
the
I
works.
just remember that because
And
you were talking about all the new
Post-game
things.
skate.
Yeah, what else on our
Post-game
board? Can we
skate
get
is
Yeah,
coming
we've been
up.
looking at our
Things
board.
This is exciting.
Oh, new tenders locked up for next year. You'll see
New
those later in the
tenders?
weeks.
yeah, keep
Yeah.
an eye out. They're
That's awesome.
exciting ones.
Also, it's not public information yet, but coming very soon to the junior Brahmas coaching staff. We've got some big-time talented names.
Yes.
But we'll more on that later. So, yeah, I got nothing else. What do you got? You got anything else?
No, I guess that pretty much does
Blow
it.
this thing up.
Finally, right?
Happy early birthday to Vladimir Studenikov.
Shout out, Boba.
Shout out to Stadenikov. When is his
Wherever you
birthday?
are. April 21st.
April 21st. All right. Well, there's no better way to celebrate a birthday than with a road win.
Yes.
Just
Maybe he'll show up.
crush both of those fans in the K. Yeager Coliseum.
Maybe he'll just take Rubtsov's jersey and say, "It's mine now. I'm the captain." That would be dramatic.
That's
I think he's still on the roster.
He's on our A3 roster.
Oh, is he?
Officially. Officially. See,
Oh,
within the orbit, we could call.
You can make a trade and get him back.
That's awesome.
So you gotta call him. You can still play. Come back, buddy.
Has anybody seen him?
No.
Oh, my goodness.
Fans, put him on the back of milk cartons. Get the designs ready. We gotta go find
Hashtag
him.
find Stadenikov.
Hashtag finds too. our third playoff slogan.
Third playoff slogan. It's like, where's Waldo?
Oh, boy.
Oh man, this has been a rocky road ending here today.
That is
The
outstanding.
things you picked up, we all said the Brahmas were going to win the Robbie. You can quote
Yep.
us on it from the podcast standpoint. Man, do we
Pow.
certainly hope it happens. So obviously, we can't, break any rules to hurt people to make that happen. Or anything.
Jeez.
What are you doing?
Nick? What was that?
I mean,
Hey, I said we're going wheels off Rocky here.
all right. Yeah. You must
No,
have
just
watched
kidding.
Goodfellas last night or something. We will beat everyone legitimately
Fair and square.
Yeah.
on the ice.
Yes. But what's important is round one, Wichita Falls Wildcats. I'll bring it back in. Games 1 and 2, 14th, 15th. That's Friday, Saturday night. Games 3 and 4 are in Wichita Falls. Game 4, if necessary, should the series not be a sweep. That is the 20th or the 21st and 22nd, excuse me. And then Monday, not Sunday, Monday, the 24th at 7 p.m., back here in Brahmaland for Game 5, deciding game, if necessary.
If
That's
necessary.
your round one schedule.
That's if necessary.
But hey, three of us, we said that game wouldn't even come into the schedule.
Nope.
Not even a chance.
We don't believe in Mondays.
Nope. Pretty much not so much, except for the Monday.
Except for Abuelos Monday.
when we have a party.
We don't believe in games on Mondays.
Agreed.
We played one.
And that was a great game, honestly.
Yes.
That was a terrific game.
A lot of great dogs were adopted that day on
Yes.
the Monday after.
And
that.
we came down from 3 goals back.
I know.
Yeah.
That was
That was the
insane.
one. Yeah.
Stellar.
That was great.
So
Mondays are for the dogs, apparently.
the
Not for the
dog
boys. You can't play on Monday.
Mondays are not for the boys.
I love it when a podcast just circles the drain towards the end.
Watch this wrap up. Ready?
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Jeez.